Emanuel.
So good morning. I am deputizing in the last minute for my minister who sends his regard but was called for an unforeseen engagement. The purpose of this morning's session is for you to understand our thinking and for us to share with you the findings of our advisors on this project, and my intention is to introduce you somewhat to our thoughts as a government. Then, of course, the interesting part will be the questions that you will be asking. Apart from my colleague Robert here from the Ministry, there's also in the room Philip McAuliffe, who is the Chairman of the Communications Authority, who is the regulator, who will be able to answer your questions in the regulatory dimension. Of course, this is a government project. It is not a regulator's project, but certainly the regulatory framework is fundamental for the success of such an initiative. Of course, as you might expect, the future of the economy of Malta is today more than ever intrinsically linked to the future of the local electronic communication sector. This is because those economies that will continue to grow and prosper despite global crises as well as global competition will be the economies that embrace innovation and technology, and needless to say, electronic communication networks and services are at the root of innovation and technological development. Nothing of this is new. This fact is recognized worldwide. Research covering several countries confirmed that, for example, doubling broadband increases GDP by 0.3%. Here in Europe, the EU has created a fund of over 9 billion euros to help fund the building and rollout of ultra-fast broadband networks and related services in a bid to ensure that Europe as a whole emerges from the current crises and remains competitive on the global stage. The commitment of these funds is a reflection of the recognition that in today's environment, it is unlikely that the market on its own can effectively cater for the demand for high-speed broadband services that developed economies will generate. Such networks are, for example, required to deliver e-health and e-learning that we are planning to roll out. They are required to meet the demand for quality, super-fast broadband services being generated by enterprises that are globally competitive and whose competitive advantage derives from efficiency, innovation, and creativity. Lastly, but probably most importantly, such networks are required to meet the demands for services that will be generated when practically every citizen of Malta will be making the most of information and communications technologies for their daily lives. This is the ambition that we have always had for our people and our economy. In certain sectors, this is already a reality we are living. Banking sector, IT, pharmaceuticals, online services industries, these sectors are today at the heart of our economy and are composed of undertakings competing successfully at the global stage. Our young people are amongst the most connected in the world. Our ambition is to enable individuals and enterprises in Malta to enjoy the benefits of ICT and to be able to change the way they live and operate by making the best use of communication technologies. This ambition will not materialize unless our electronic communications networks rank among the best in the world. We believe that a fibre-to-the-home network operated in a competitive environment is key to achieving this. Last year, we initiated the in-depth study you'll be hearing a presentation on to assess the business case for building such a next step network in Malta. I will not go into details in this. Mr. Pat Kidney from Analysis Mason will be sharing with you their findings. Of course, this will take us to the next step in the context of a European competitive dialogue process. But at a very high level, it is estimated that in order to build such a network, we are looking at an investment of something like 1,260 euros for each household, a total cost ranging from 164 to 116 million euros. We do understand the significant challenge associated with rolling out FTTH. We are therefore prepared to share some of the risks and provide incentives through intervention. By supporting the deployment of next-generation networks, on the one hand, government will be facilitating broadband access to all users, on the other hand, attracting investment from the private sector. For all reasons I have mentioned, investment from the private sector will be essential for the growth of the Maltese economy. It will ensure that this sector, the electronic communication sectors, remains competitive and future-proof. At present, although most of the improvements in the local market have been enjoyed at the retail level, access to next-generation broadband services at a wholesale level is still not available. This is a bottleneck to the promotion of competition in the sector. Intervention is aimed at ensuring that wholesale access is available in the market in order to pave the way for a healthy retail competition. The interest we have seen to date in the deployment of these networks by international experts, some of whom are present today, is encouraging. In line with our vision of landing Malta as a centre of excellence in ICT, we reiterate our willingness to facilitate and provide incentives to any major undertaking that contributes to link Malta to the major internet hub. I thank you for taking the trouble to join us today and leave you with Pat Kidney. Thank you.